Hey, traders. So, I want to talk about a trade that was just awesome. 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 Wait, you're going to say to yourself, here we go again. Steve's going to tell us another trade from another educator of how smart they are and how great things are and only show us when things work out, right? Boring, right? Well, wrong. And I am the only educator that will show you the bad things. Believe me when I tell you, I will show you the bad things. As a matter of fact, I probably spend most of my time talking about the bad trades over the good trades. So why am I talking about this trade? Well, I was short the Euro CAD and I just had an incredible trade on it. But prior to having this trade on it, I got stopped out from a short here. Boom. I reshorted again here, got stopped out again. Okay. I reshorted again here, got stopped out again. I reshorted again here, got stopped out again. And then finally, boom, I got the trade right. Okay, so let's look at that. So there it is, guys. Boom, 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 boom. All those losses. Wow. Pretty disgusting, right? Now, the reason why I'm making and you can see here's the big comeback. Now you can see the reason why I'm making this video is because there's a really valuable lesson here. First of all, this trade came to me from one of my new students who had, like most starting Forex traders, had started out trusting what these unlicensed and unregulated brokers were telling them to do. And they're market makers, so they win no matter what happens, and they're just interested in generating as much commission as possible. So this poor guy who was brand new to trading opens up an account. I'm not going to name names, but he had $30,000 in this account, and he had a short position with an average price somewhere around here that he got into short. The broker had him add on to the short here. The trade actually came back. He didn't take profits. The broker had him add on again here, and he was way underwater last Monday. And he had a huge position, 7 lot in this trade. Could you imagine a $30,000 lot with a 7 lot? What that broker who told him how to do that should be strung up by the neck. I'm serious. If I ever saw him on the street, I would literally punch him. So I started looking at this trade to try to help out. Now he also had other trades on. So he actually had about a total of 9 lot, maybe 10, on a $30,000 account. Can you imagine that, right? So I started looking at this trade for this guy, because he said to me, Steve, can you at least tell me what you think I should do in this situation? What should I do? Like, he was almost stopped out. I mean, the position was awful terrible. So, cut a long story short, I started looking at this trade for him, okay? And that's, when I looked at it, I said, you know, if we scale up on this a little bit, this trade is not that horrible. I mean, there's some heavy rejection off of this level. Boom. Heavy rejection off of this level again. Boom. This is not a bad level to be trading at. So fundamentally, the trade looked fairly good to me. So I did a little bit more investigative work, right? And as I dug into it, and I do live in Canada, so I know a lot about the Canadian situation. Right now, the United States is renegotiating NAFTA, and it's being very, very damaging to the Canadian dollar. However, there is also a lot of talk going on right now about a new trade deal with China, directly with China. Now that would be very positive for the Canadian dollar. Even if NAFTA gets thrown out, and NAFTA was, by the way, just as a side note here, Donald Trump is a fecking idiot because they are screwing Canada over so much. Don't believe a word he says about NAFTA, folks. Canada has been getting the short side of that stick for 23 years, right? So he wants to throw NAFTA out. In my opinion, it'll be a very good thing for Canada, right? Because NAFTA was in the U.S. best interest. Believe me, I've lived here my entire life. They got the best side of that deal. That's why you don't hear Trump talk too much about the Canada deal, maybe the Mexico deal, but you know, I don't even want to comment on that because I really don't even know the deal with Mexico. But I do know the deal with Canada. So in any event, if NAFTA gets thrown out, it will actually be better for Canada. And if Canada strikes a deal with China directly, that will even be better. Okay? So fundamentally, there's arguments for weakness on the Canadian dollar right now. Now also, we also fundamentally had some really important data coming out today, and that's why I was very confident in this trade, okay? Because I had run the numbers on the Canadian employment, and I knew, now this is a big plus, but I knew the numbers were going to be good. Now, I don't want to get into how I knew that, why I knew that. That is stuff that, you know, is for my students only. And I also knew that GDP should beat that number, right? So I knew this data was going to be good, right? And I jumped into this trade, and I looked at this trade because I knew that I had enough information to try this trade, okay? Now, why did I go through these losses then, right? Well, the reason was because this was not my trade idea. Let me repeat that, because this is the lesson that I want to give to you guys. This was not my trade idea. Sorry, guys, I just want to keep an eye on this right now. This was not my trade idea, okay? And whenever you listen to other people's trade ideas, you are almost guaranteed to put yourself in these very awkward and uncomfortable positions, okay? If the trade idea was generated through my processes, I never would have found that trade until maybe just before the data release today, when I probably would have taken the trade with a hedge, okay? So the lesson here, both for the gentleman who sadly lost his account listening to what some dipshit broker told him, and to me, is be very careful who you listen to, okay? You have to filter your mind in this business, because whether you're listening to Bloomberg or Reuters or the Wall Street Journal or some guy on StockTwits, be very careful who you listen to. It's why I isolate myself for the most part as a trader. It's taken me years. You know how much money I've lost in chat rooms because of similar situations like this, where I've gone into a chat room or something and some traders told me an idea and I looked at it and thought, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Okay? It's not a self-generated idea. It's just somebody else's idea. And whenever you do that, you step outside of your processes, you are bound to have these type of things happen. Boom, boom, boom. I have 4 losing trades in a row. Okay? Never trust any other trader for idea generation. Okay? If you can't come up with an idea on your own, right, then, you know, work on that. That's something that you need to start working at, right? Because until you do that, you're going to have terrible results. Following somebody else, even the best traders, never works out too well for you. Okay? Never works out too well for you. Okay, it just doesn't work. You're better to just go and give your money to a hedge fund manager and let them trade it, if that's what you want. Okay? Anyway, okay guys, I've gone on long enough. This is not a trade about Steve trading well. This is a trade about Steve trading very poorly. Very poorly. I got lucky. I was smart enough to trade my way out of the situation, but it was a foolish thing to do, and I'm making the video because I'm the only educator out there, guys, that will show you this stuff. Everybody else only wants to tell you the good stuff. I'm the only guy that will show you the bad along with the good, and that's why you can trust me. Okay? Thank you, and bye for now.